How's it going, everyone? We are the Geeks with Wives, Geeks on Screen, your resident movie and TV podcast. My name is Everett Harn, and joining me today, I have my unfortunate shrill-voiced co-host, Stephen Herron. How's it going, Stephen?
It's fantastic. Thank you.
Good to hear. Good to hear, Stephen. And as always, joining us is the foul-mouthed Viking, Tommy Oxford. How's it going, T?
It's going good, man. Going real good.
Last but not least, a man that has survived the doomsday scenario of Terminator and a forest fire while
Forest
firefighter while living in a wooden shack.
Forest fighter, yeah. He just walks around and punches Groot all the time.
Right. Jonathan Reyes, how's it going, John?
All right, hanging in there, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. That was good. I thought that was a good introduction.
Fourth fighter. Yeah, that's
introduction anyone's ever had.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Tyler got a pretty good one that one time.
Yeah, that one time where I was like, and Tyler Pollock.
Tyler's here.
And he was like, you couldn't think of anything for me, could you? I was like, nope. No, I'm the best at intros, especially whenever we've had such a hard time getting up on YouTube.
Yeah, we've only been working at this show for 45 minutes.
Right, yeah, we've been... John was like, slowly
I took my 20 minutes.
Oh, Christ. Alright, well, how you guys doing? Anything new happening to you guys this week? No.
Other than finally building my computer, no.
Oh, man. T finally built it. For the past, like, 5 Geeks on Screen podcasts, he's been like, my computer's almost finished.
I watched all of Lost before Tommy could even put together a computer. In less Geeks on Screen podcasts than what Tommy can do with a computer. So, I feel good about that.
Yeah. We've gone through 20 episodes of Geeks on Screen. The first one, Tommy's like, I just started building my computer. I'm just kidding. I don't think it was that early, but that would have been funny. Yeah, so you guys feeling like talking about some movies, TV shows? Because
heck yeah, man.
Tonight's main topic is a summer of 2015 preview.
Oh
boy.
We're just going to talk about
Ant-Man. That's it. We're only talking Ant-Man.
Just Ant-Man and just, was it Minions? Is that what you were wanting to talk about too?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Despicable Me.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
No, I think it's just called Minions.
Yeah.
It's just Minions.
He just wrote it down wrong. No, but
it's from Despicable Me. I mean, it's those characters. But
yeah, well, let's get into the show.
Let's get into it. Are we going to do what we watched this week first, or are we going to save that for last?
Well,
what are we doing?
When do we never start with what we watched this week? Who wants to begin? I'm going to let you guys decide. This is summer. We're relaxed. We're laid back.
John. I picked John.
John? Okay, John.
I'm throwing you right in.
John's like, I didn't want to go first. But Steven, no, just kidding. John, go for it. What'd you watch?
So, I finished the Star Wars Rebels, the first season, which was amazing. I loved it. Let's see. Penny Dreadful, the most recent episode. And then last night I saw Hannibal. So those were the 3 things I saw.
So where are you watching Penny Dreadful?
Well,
TV.
Don't know if I can reveal that on here, but I don't have Showtime. I'll just say that.
All right. I didn't know if it was on Netflix or not. I don't watch a lot of live television. So
Yeah. It's on Showtime for those who have Showtime. I don't have Showtime, so I get it other ways. I could tell you off air, Stephen, where to
legally
get it if you want to watch.
It's very legal.
Yeah, it's legal. It's very legal. But I would definitely suggest it. It's an excellent show.
It's a pirate.
Is there anything they're doing? I know we've talked about Penny Dreadful, but is there anything they're doing new on the show, like recently, that they haven't done before? Or is it still kind of following the same formula of last season? Like, has season 2 surprised you in any way yet? I know it's only been what, 5 episodes?
Yeah. I think Casey mentioned it in the chat once that he thought season 2 was better. And I didn't want to believe it because I hadn't even started season 2 yet when he said it. But it really is a lot better. It's focused. It's like the first season. I felt like it was trying to wow you and surprise you and say, "Hey, look at what we've got," and then it would save all these things for you to be surprised by. And
Yeah.
then now it's just like this is who we have. There's more. There's more to them than meets the eye. But they have, kind of a minor spoiler. But the first scenes are vampires. This year they're focusing on witches, which is
Ooh.
I thought the vampire stuff was really cool, and the witches stuff is a lot scarier. A lot scarier, surprisingly.
Yeah, witches are creepy.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
as bad as True Blood is, like the season where they started getting into like witches and stuff was a little like of a creepier season than the rest of them.
The Hansel and Gretel movie had some pretty creepy things in it.
Is that the one that had Jon Snow in it?
It was the one that had Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy? Oh yeah, okay, that's a different one.
It was good. It was a decent movie, but I mean, the witches in that. You know what they say? Witches get stitches. Forest fighter, activate. Let's go.
Oh man,
Tommy, what did you watch? What did you watch this week?
I gotta pull myself back from
Hermie.
that horrible joke. Basically, this week I started watching the Blade animated series.
How was that?
I'm only one episode in, and the first episode, it kind of just didn't grip me. Like I was expecting, like I wasn't expecting some like over the top, like stuff, right off the bat.
Who
but
makes
I was
that?
I
I
don't-
mean, what like is it on a channel or is it
no, it was
Netflix?
It was an old Marvel, and I just like found the DVD in the store
okay.
for like $8, and was like, screw it, might as well just pick it up. First episode, like, it was basically, kind of giving you the backstory as to why Blade is hunting the vampires, and other than like the fighting scenes and stuff, it just really didn't grip me. Like I don't know if I need to keep watching it, but after that first episode, I'm just kind of not really as excited by it as I thought I would be.
Yeah, it's just called Blade Anime. It seems like.
Yeah, it's just like Blade the animated series is what the like DVD says, but upon searching for it on the internet, like it's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, it seems like. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it follows. Like I'm not even sure if it was probably not even sanctioned by Marvel.
It's got like on the DVD, it has Marvel's little logo in the top.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah. Like on the front of the DVD, it says like Marvel presents Blade Blade the animated series.
Looks like it's Madhouse Productions and Superhero Anime Partners.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean it's.
I'm not sure, but yeah.
Like I'm gonna keep watching it just to hope that it gets better. It's only 2 discs. I don't know how many episodes it actually is, but I'll just watch it here and there and just see if it gets any better.
You told me something about it that makes me kind of want to watch it. You were talking about
yeah, the character from Lost, Michael, I believe, is actually the voice. Yeah, is actually the voice of Blade.
The guy who plays which is interesting. It's hard for me to think of him and hear Blade.
I will be honest, his voice does not go well with the character, and I think that's one reason I have trouble staying focused when I watch it.
I mean, I like his character in like Constantine. I think he does that well, but he's not Blade to me.
No, and like, and for me, I didn't even know he was in Lost until I googled his name. Like, I actually knew him from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, okay.
I forget what character he played in Sons of Anarchy, but he was basically like a big, like, I guess, like a kind of mob boss for like one of the gangs. And his voice just isn't Blade. Like when I think Blade, I think of like some, like scruffy sounding badass, not not what he is. It just doesn't fit to me at all.
Yeah.
It's hard to find Blade animated series stuff like on IMDb or on some of these other
Yeah.
sites. Like I'm finding Blade the series, which was the
Live action.
one, and the guy who played Blade, his name's Kirk Jones, but he goes by Sticky Fingers.
And I actually know who that is, but not because I know of him. I don't remember if you back late 90s, early 2000s, the Def Jam Vendetta games for PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers was one of the fighters. That's the only thing I remember.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I do want to watch that. I do want to watch the live action series just to see how it is, because I know it's not very long. But the anime it's kind of shitty so far.
Live action series got canceled pretty hard.
Yeah.
It was only 11 episodes.
Yeah.
What else did you watch this week, Termy?
Watched Sturvin. I watched the first couple of episodes of this season of America's Got Talent.
Cool.
Ooh. Does America have talent, or are they still talentless?
We're still a bunch of talentless pricks.
After 42 seasons, we
Is it
still
like
don't have
15
talent.
dance crews that, do like
15
the same?
dance crews, 42 singers,
It's
one lady
dance
that
crew-
hand whistles.
It's dance crews. It's like people go. No, like people
I'm giving you a. You're going to
to
Hollywood.
like. I don't
Why-
know,
why-
couple episodes they're
Yeah, I was gonna say, why are you watching this,
Bald
Steve?
guy.
It's honestly just something that me and my grandmother have been doing for the last couple of seasons when they started it. Just we
I
randomly
fully
watched
support
one.
that.
Yeah, it's like a family night thing for me and her.
That's cool.
You just
Yeah.
really like Nick Cannon, don't you?
No.
Is he still on that?
I like
know
his,
Howie Mandel
he's got
is the
a lot
bald
of
guy.
really cool shoes.
Yeah. No, so far the only highlight for me was
Piff,
Puff. Yeah, Piff,
Piff.
not Puff.
not Puff. That's his
Piff. Piff the Magic Dragon.
totally different.
Piff
If
the
you
Ma-
don't know
that's
who Piff the Magic Dragon is, definitely look him up.
Oh,
I
God.
I know him. He is very small.
He is
A short guy.
freaking hilarious though.
He is very funny and he's very ornery, and he's definitely somebody that you guys would all enjoy.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about all that I've watched this week. Really exciting, I know, but yeah.
Well, the one thing America's Got Talent has is it has like a decent, I wouldn't say production crew, but like they kind of script the show well. Like
Yeah. It
Like,
has a
they
certain
make you-
flow.
right, they make you kind of get the feels whenever someone has like a touching story, and
Yeah. And it's like this season they've added in I guess each judge has a one-time use of this buzzer to instantly send somebody to Hollywood rounds.
Oh god.
well, that kind of okay.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and I
'cause You always see videos, like all the videos on YouTube are from America's Got Talent are they're all pretty well produced. Like you got the goth
Yeah.
guy that sings like
freaking
a
opera and shit. Yeah.
beautiful aria, from opera, and
But the whole it's a golden buzzer, so it's pretty much the golden ticket to Hollywood type
okay.
shit. But
Or
They
you
actually-
get to go to Wonka's factory, one of the two.
they actually used it.
I got a golden buzzer.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. This season's kind of, but that's
Okay.
enough about what I watched. So let's
Stever, what did you watch?
Sturvin.
Sturvin watched first couple episodes of Heroes because
Heroes.
Everett saying he was going to rewatch it because we are both very excited about Heroes Reborn. I think that's going to be great. I hated to hear that Heroes was canceled, but I love it when there's enough of a fan base and a drive that these different companies go, okay, let's do something and finish it out, close it out, give it an ending. So I think that's really great. We started watching Jericho, another show that was canceled. We're really great about picking shows that were canceled. But
Still haven't watched Flash Forward. God.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I think we'd like that one too. But Jericho was recommended it to us because we watched Lost. Netflix was like, "Hey, you should watch this," and I went, "Okay," and so we did.
Wow! Netflix is like, "Hey, meet me in the alley behind the drugstore," and you were like, "Okay."
You should watch Jericho. What's that? Watch
Jericho. What's that Satan in my head?
It's really good.
Steven.
Okay.
I mean, it's always the straight-laced kids that hear the voices and shit. So I mean, just
yes, it's the ones that are crazy.
2 weeks, you'll see Steven on Oprah going, "I love Katie Holmes. I love Katie Holmes."
Bouncing. Yeah, I'm sorry to everyone that's watching this podcast. But
listening.
other than that,
we're sorry.
I watched a little bit more of Daredevil. Still haven't finished that.
I can't believe you're going so slow.
I'm trying to take it slow because
I asked Steven why he hasn't finished. Right. Well, here, John, I asked Steven, why haven't you finished Daredevil? He's like, I don't want it to end. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I don't want it to end. It's going to take forever for season 2. I want the story to keep going.
So that's the worst excuse.
So can I tell you where I'm at?
Yeah.
Everyone's seen it like a billion times.
Get off
Ben
this podcast.
just died.
Go watch it. Okay, so
that.
you're on the last episode then, that's the second to last episode. Kingpin kills him.
They kill him? I couldn't believe they killed him.
Ben Ulrich. Yeah, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Ben Ulrich.
I'm leaving. No, but I was very surprised.
Oh wow, you're at the end. Wow.
Yeah, I mean the next episode's the last one.
I have my theory on who killed Leslie or whatever his name is. Wesley. Leslie.
I just thought it was named.
Oh.
I think it was the girl.
Well, I mean yeah.
You kind of alluded to that.
Okay.
Oh, that woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Jessica.
Paige.
Hyper Potts knockoff.
Oh wait.
Jessica. No, Jessica's from True Blood. Oh, man.
Your secretary, whoever she is. That's who I think did it.
Paige, right? Something Paige.
Is it Paige?
Karen
Page. Boom.
Karen.
John,
Yeah,
thank
Karen.
you.
Good night, everybody.
Jessica. Suck-ass. Oh, God.
Yeah, I
Talk
feel
about
like
too much
she
True
did it,
Blood
but
today.
I don't know.
Steven, they show her shoot him.
Oh, where?
In previous episodes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
They straight up show her shoot him. Spoiler alert.
I didn't see that.
You weren't paying attention. Like you
No,
don't want the
watched it.
season to end, and you're
watched
not
it, but
watching
my
it. You're like,
Netflix-
no, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't want it to end.
Turn it off. I'm not seeing this.
I was like, what are you talking about? A theory on who shot Wesley? They show her shoot him. They show her like freak
watched
out.
It today. I watched like 2 episodes a day. I
You
didn't
didn't
see
watch
that.
it.
I did.
You were off
Was it at
in
the
the
beginning of an
toilet.
episode?
It was at the
Steven,
end.
are you just lying to convince yourself or to convince the people watching right
Did
now?
they show that at the beginning of an episode?
No, it was at
I've
the
never
end.
even seen it, so I can't say shit.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Because if they did, Netflix.
No, it's at
when
the
you
end,
watch-
Steven.
When?
He's like freaking
I'll
interrogating
rewatch the last
her.
couple episodes.
He's
I
interrogating.
never even saw that at all.
All right. He's interrogating her.
That would make so
And
much more sense. I felt like
and
I had lost something.
He picks up his
It's like,
phone and whenever it rings.
I feel like I've lost days.
Yeah, you were in the bathroom
No.
taking a dump during
I'm
that
sitting
scene.
here, I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, what is going on? I'm
I mean,
watching it on my phone.
there's no theory about it. She straight up shoots him. She takes the
I had no
gun
clue.
and wipes it off and freaks out.
All I see, the episode starts, and like she's holding a gun and throws it in the water, and
So-
that's where the episode started.
But then there was like 2 or 3 episodes where she's like paranoid because she's like really
No.
freaking out because she had just killed Wesley.
Wasn't.
Yes, there was.
It was
Back me
that
up here,
episode.
John.
She was freaking out that episode. And
No, back me up here, John. There's like a few
Okay, we're gonna
episodes
move
after
on,
she
'cause-
shoots
Moving
him.
on!
I can't handle this.
You just,
Telling you
Breaking
what I want.
news!
yeah, you just aren't paying attention, Steven.
Okay. I'm telling you what I watched.
For fuck's sake, Steven. Well, Steven, you mentioned Heroes, and you moved on so fast that I couldn't even jump in.
I know, I was trying to cut you off.
You're a freaking idiot. Well, I binged watched all of Heroes Season 1. Does anyone here besides Sturvin watched Heroes? Jern, Termy?
Nope.
I was waiting because you guys kept going back and forth with your new names, and then I was like, I'm waiting to hear mine.
Jern, Termy, and Sturvin.
Okay, I'm changing my name on the chat to Jern now. It's over. No more John Connor.
Ervert.
Oh, right, man. We're not going anywhere.
No. Well, I mean, our main topic's not that big,
Heroes.
Steven.
Okay, but Heroes.
And we have, like...
John, did you watch Heroes?
Nope.
Okay.
I know Zachary Quinto's in it. That's as much as I know.
Is he Skylar?
Spock.
Who?
Everett just...
Spock.
Skylar? Spock.
He's
oh,
Spock.
Skylar. Skylar, not Skylar.
Spockler. It's got Hayden Panettiere, Jack Coleman, Milo Ventimiglia, and Masioka.
Okay, so Horn-Rimmed Glasses is back in Heroes Reborn, correct?
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm watching this to kind of prep for Heroes Reborn and to kind of know who I should be excited's coming back and not, because I know that Nathan Petrelli...
Right. I really want to know if Hero is coming back.
Hero is coming back. Masioka has signed on.
He was one of my favorites. I think he was everybody's favorite, though.
I'm not sure who all is coming back. It looks like Jimmy Jean Lewis, the Haitian. The Haitian's going to be back.
What was his name?
It's just the Haitian. They never say his name. Matt Parkman's the cop. He's the mind-reading cop is back. Hero's back.
I thought he died.
No, I mean, he gets shot at the end of Season 1, but he's taken to the hospital.
Oh, see, it's been so long since I've watched.
Yeah, and you were mentioning this, Steven, that you didn't finish Heroes, and I'm not even sure I did either, because...
I didn't finish it at all, because...
I don't remember a damn thing about the rest of the seasons. I remember Mohinder starts to turn into like a lizard.
Yeah, or a roach. It was something like that. It was some kind of bug-looking thing. I remember that, and that's kind of the last thing I remember.
And I remember Matt Parkman like sitting in the desert somewhere, like having some kind of like spiritual journey, which I don't remember either. But,
I also remember. I also remember the brother being locked in like a storage container in Ireland or something.
I don't remember that at all. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Petrelli, one of the Petrelli brothers.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I don't know. The first season's good. Like, the graphics, I was saying, like, the effects aren't as good as I remember. Like, whenever Nathan catches Peter as they're falling.
First episode.
Yeah, it's like just shaky cam. And Nathan looks like he's obviously on wires and stuff. But, like,
it's so bad.
But, like, I think after that pilot, like, a little later on, especially when Nathan and them are flying, like, they have pretty decent effects. And, like, when Hero stops time, it's got some pretty good effects. And I don't know. It's a fun show. I really enjoyed it. I blasted through Season 1. I think I'm going to take a quick break before moving on.
I think it's cool to watch this and then realize just how good we have it on shows like Arrow and Flash.
Right, yeah.
You know, because that first episode was almost hard to watch at some point. It's just some of the stuff is just like, ugh, this is so... What year was this made? And then
2006.
And then you're like, okay, The Flash, their last episode, effect-wise, was incredible, you know?
Right.
And so,
this was at the start...
makes you appreciate it.
Yeah, it was at the start of, like, the superhero... Like, when did what was it, the Spider-Man movies? I feel like Iron Man was the first real big...
Yeah.
Hopefully I was just about to turn off my computer. Let's see, Iron Man 1 came out... I accidentally hit the power button. Yeah, Iron Man 1 came out 2 years after Heroes started. And I feel like that was, like, the Spider-Man movies technically launched the superhero, like, craze, but I don't think it actually got good until Iron Man 1. which
Yeah.
the original like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man came out in 2002, so that was only 4 years before Heroes. So Heroes probably didn't get the budget that it needed. But yeah,
That deserved.
other than that, I just wanted to say that I checked out Sense8, which is Netflix's new like kind of sci-fi series, and it's by the Wachowskis, which is the guys that made the is it the brothers that made The Matrix, or is the sister involved? Let me check that out.
I have no
because
clue. But you
I know they
also
have the
said that
sisters.
another lost character's in it.
Yeah,
Which makes me want to
Saeed,
check it out.
that
Because
freaking
Saeed's the best.
that freaking worm.
It's terrible.
It is the sister as well. It's Andy Wachowski and Lana Wachowski and Michael Straczynski all created this show, and it's kind of it's interesting. It right now it's got a 7.5 on IMDb, but I don't really trust IMDb's.
Right.
And yeah, people. I feel like my whole thing is that it starts off extremely slow. Like you have to. Like I've seen the first 2 episodes. So for the people that have seen more than that, like I'm only going off the first 2 episodes. I feel like it still hasn't hooked me completely. Like the first episode is very long and just one long introduction because there's 8 main characters, which is almost more than Game of Thrones. Like I feel like Game of Thrones has maybe like 6 or 7, but some of the characters in Sense8 get maybe like 5 minutes of screen time the first episode, whereas some of the others get 15. And I feel like I still don't know some of these characters after 2 episodes, and they've just now, like at the start of or at the end of episode 2, started to like link their minds, because what the show is about is it's about these 8 people who are basically, they call it this person gave birth to these 8 people. Basically, Daryl Hannah basically gave birth to these eight people around the world, and it kind of awakened their mind and links their mind together telepathically. And so, like, whenever one character smells coffee, the other 7 will smell coffee for some reason. Or if it's raining on one of them and they feel the rain and hear the thunder, the rest of them can kind of feel it as well, and they don't understand it. And so, like, there's a scene...
If one of them has to pee, they all gotta pee.
I mean, pretty much. Like, honest to God, like, there was a scene where...
Everyone, go eat Taco Bell.
It's got one of the first... Jamie Clayton's one of the first, like, trans... gender leads in a show that I've seen, at least. Like, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's the first one I've seen. And she's having sex with her girlfriend in this scene, and it goes off to this Mexican actor who's just in his trailer rehearsing, and he's got a raging hard-on because he's like sensing this woman having sex with her girlfriend, and someone walks in and just sees like him that's just standing there with a boner, and he's like, wait, what the hell? Like, why do I feel like this? And like one of the other girls is like sweating, and so like, yeah, they actually feel each other's emotions. And every once in a while in these 2 episodes, like they'll kind of see what the other person is seeing and kind of see each other, and for one instance they were able to talk to each other. And I think later on in the show, because I've seen the trailer, we know that they can talk to each other because they help each other. And it's basically...
Do what? Win at chess?
We'll see what it is they've got a really nice blend of characters. Like, they're all super different characters, right? You've got, like, the South Korean... I wrote them all down here, so I'm going to read you all the characters, and you can kind of see what they have. So they've got the South Korean businesswoman, so she's, like, super smart, but really, like, kind of closed, because, that's how they are in South Korea. Like, You've got the American cop from Chicago. You've got a German thief, like a burglar. You've got a female British DJ who she kind of does drugs. So whenever she's high, like the rest of them kind of feel dizzy. It's got a transgender girl from, I think it was Seattle, and an Indian woman that's about to be married in an arranged marriage. It's got a Mexican actor and an African bus driver, a Nairobian bus driver. And so you've got like this multicultural, like crazy mix of people that have nothing in common. And I was thinking, what if this happened to you guys? And like us four were linked with some like fat nerds that are sitting on their ass playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, fat nerds. So basically, what if we were just linked? Okay,
Exactly.
I'll tell you exactly what would happen. You would go into your room and you'd cover yourself with a blanket and you'd fart and you'd Dutch oven all of us.
And then I'd look down
and
I'd be like, oh God, I have such a small... No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like they conveniently got linked up, and I'm not sure if it's on purpose or not, with people that have all these different skills than them. That way later on in the show, because I've seen the trailer, you know that like the kind of closed off South Korean businesswoman like enters like a fight club, and because like the cop and maybe the burglar know how to fight, like street fight, she's able to like hold her own and stuff. And I feel like if I hadn't seen the trailer, I'd have no clue still what the hell this show is about. I think you're muted, Steven.
You've been talking about it for the last 45 minutes and I still don't know what it's about.
Shut the fuck up. But it's interesting. Like it's got promise. I'm really hoping that it's good.
It sounds like something cool.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. They're just taking it way too slow.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like something I'm gonna like have to go home and watch right now. Like.
Yeah, I mean, besides Saeed, Naveen Andrews, and I think the guy that played Ben Ulrich in the Affleck Daredevil is in it. There's a few maybe other like names that. Like the Korean woman was in Fast and the Furious 7, but everyone else I don't really know from anything. Like they took
B or C.
Yeah, well they took a lot of like no-name characters. Like I've never heard of Jamie Clayton, but she is a transgender actress playing a transgender character, and which is cool. And then you got like Max Reinmelt, which is a German actor, so he's in like a lot of German movies, but I haven't, like, you know, it's such a spread out multicultural cast that I'm sure some of these actors are big in their respective countries. But one thing that kind of bugs me about the show after watching like Heroes is even though they're in Mexico or even though they're in Korea, even though they're in Africa, they're all speaking like perfect American English. Not perfect, but you know, just very clear English. And
all right, Hero didn't even speak good English.
Right,
you know.
and that's I think I don't know. I hate
it adds to it.
Yeah, I hate that you know, because you know why they don't do it, because Americans don't like to read their TV. It's like, come on. I wish that wasn't a thing, but oh well. I'm gonna keep watching.
There's a show that I just saw a preview for that I don't know if you guys have heard about or have whatever, but it's called Stitcher. Has anybody heard of this?
I've just heard of the app.
No, it's a new show. It's called Stitcher, but basically this girl, from what I can tell in the preview, and I'll probably watch it because it almost has like a Matrix kind of feel to it. This girl has like, she's hypersensitive or whatever. She picks up on things or whatever, and she constantly has this feeling of deja vu. And so the secret government organization comes and basically hires her to work for them. And they take these criminals that are dead and they insert her into their consciousness and relive their like last couple days of being alive. She relives that, but not through them as like just a shadow. She's just there. And so she has to figure out what's real and what's not real, and what's just a thought and what was a memory. And like in the preview, it shows her standing in the living room, and all of a sudden she realizes there's a bomb by a couch, and the timer starts to tick down, and she goes, "Oh crap!" And she like turns like this, and everything blows up around her, and then she realizes it's not real, and like it all goes back.
Okay.
So it seems like a really cool show, and they're stitching her consciousness into their memories, their memory banks, and it's almost like the Matrix and Assassin's Creed kind of put together. The Animus. So it seems like a show I'm definitely going to try and watch. And my fiance's like, I think we'll give that a try. So be something cool to look forward to. Kind of fits with our topic, new shows coming out. So I guess with that, unless you have anything else,
we
can move on.
I think we'll just move on to our main topic. So our main topic is we're just going to kind of talk about stuff that's coming out this summer, because we're not going to be doing shows for June and part of July.
We may do one.
We may do one or two.
Smaller cast.
We're gonna do smaller casts for specific things, but I just figured we could just in general talk about like what's coming and what kind of predict how we think things are gonna go. Like, is there any particular thing coming out, movie or show, in the summer that you guys are really excited for?
For me, the only thing that I'm excited for is the Minion movie.
Okay.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
What's the big draw on Minions? I haven't seen Despicable Me, any of them.
Just the sheer stupidity of the Minions. That is the only draw.
They're so stupid, they're lovable and funny.
Okay.
It's like Kid Jackass.
Kid Jackass. Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far, Steven. I would
not.
We're not gonna see a Minion, like impale himself on anything or fucking.
True, but they're butt naked a lot and they do stuff.
Okay.
Well,
thanks for their butts.
Thanks for kind of just running a movie for me, Steven.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying. I'm trying to give you an idea. I'm gonna go see the movie. I think it's funny.
John, do you like Despicable Me?
It took me a little bit to get into them, but my favorite part of the movies are definitely the Minions. So when I heard about this, I said, yes.
They're capitalizing on that. Everyone, they were kind of a side character that everyone just kind of was like, those are awesome. And so they're like, hey, we need to have this. This is money. And so there's Minion toys and a Minion ride and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Coulson. He wasn't supposed to be anything big in the Marvel series, and people ended up loving him. So it's kind of along the same lines. I am honestly excited for that movie. I think it's going to be a great movie. I think it'll be very funny. They don't really talk. It's kind of just gibberish.
Jibber jabber.
When they do their musical arrangements at the end of the movies are some of the funniest things. Despicable Me 2's ending is great.
Because, you see the Minions everywhere. I have no clue why they're
my fiance
popular.
cannot wait for Jurassic World. Every time we get a new preview, every time we see a new thing, she's like, oh, this is going to be great. Because she loves Jurassic Park, the original one, and we went and saw that whenever they re-released it in IMAX 3D. We went and we paid more money to see a movie we have already on DVD.
Yeah.
But she really wants to see that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. I don't know actual release dates for stuff, really, off the top of my head, but, isn't Ant-Man coming out soon?
Yeah, Ant-Man's coming out, let me see, I think it's July
12th.
That sounds
goodness.
Sounds about right. So, yeah, I guess the most notable, I'll just go through with the notable releases. You got Jurassic.
July 17th, sorry.
Yeah, Jurassic World. Let's
Next
see.
Friday for Jurassic World.
Next Friday?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that they release limited edition Jurassic World Barbasol cans?
Yeah, I didn't get like why that's
In the very first Jurassic Park,
anything.
the guy who played Newman in Seinfeld, they gave him a fake Barbasol that unscrewed, and they put the embryos
Hey,
from
everyone,
the
you're here with
dinosaurs in it.
Sorry
And
about that.
and
I accidentally started playing an advertisement. It's freaking open up a site looking for TV shows that are coming out.
so
Auto-
it's just
autoplay
a
bullshit.
cool nod to the original.
T, are you a fan of Ted?
Absolutely fucking not.
No.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, I would have guessed it's the complete opposite.
No, because my problem with Ted, and I'm actually kind of glad you mentioned this because, okay, Ted, it was a Seth MacFarlane movie, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All
And
of
we
his
know
stuff
Seth-
is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we know Seth MacFarlane, he just wants to offend people, he just wants to piss you off, he just wants to get you riled up. And Ted did that to a certain extent. But with the whole premise of Ted being a foul-mouthed bear and basically, being a stoner, there was in no way, shape, or form a heartfelt ending called for in that damn movie.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I've never
That-
seen the first one.
I haven't either.
Okay. There was the first half of the movie was just Mark Wahlberg and Ted basically getting stoned, drinking. It was like it was a bro movie, which was cool. And then there's a heartfelt storyline when Ted gets stolen and Mark Wahlberg has to go get him back, and Ted gets ripped apart, and that movie just sucked. The ending was complete bullshit. Seth MacFarlane, you're a dumbass. Sorry.
Just no. Or as Gascaluse would say, do not need a Ted 2.
Yes, exactly. Do not need Ted 2 at all.
Yeah, but yeah, Ted 2 is a notable release. I actually thought the trailer looked pretty damn funny.
Legalized Ted.
But they probably they might show just all the funny stuff in the trailers. So
That's the hard thing to kind of.
Bat Kid Begins. I'm not super interested in seeing that, but
You're a terrible person.
Well, apparently I just don't care.
Well, he does live in Sweden, so.
All right, I don't. I thought it was a sweet story on the news, and
Yeah.
I can go back and see that story on YouTube if I want. I don't need a whole documentary.
Yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't need a documentary. It's just
Yeah.
there's no point. It's
Well, I can see where you guys are coming from, but I mean, we have documentaries on how hot dogs are made, so who cares, really? I mean, let it happen, and people will watch it. The people who want to watch it are going to.
Well,
Whatever.
a little under a month from now, we got Terminator
Genesis. John Connor.
John Connor. Yeah, we got Terminator Genesis on July 3rd. You like that? Oh man, John, you ought to be on the Capes podcast when me and Will are on there, because me and him,
Oh,
Will does a better Arnold than I do.
He does.
Because he can actually talk. He can be like, you got to put the thing in the box and then you put it out, and I don't know. But on the same day as Terminator Genesis, you got old Tatum Channing,
God.
old Tater Tot, Channing Tatum and Magic Mike XXL. T, you excited for that? I'm just kidding. I haven't seen.
clap.
Has anyone
That's a
seen?
slow clap.
Has anyone seen Magic Mike?
No.
I'm sure Brad Bell has. Yeah, and then the week after that's Minions, which
Okay,
you guys are
cool.
excited about. Let's see. I'm going through that. Self/Less looks interesting. Me and Wayne watched the trailer for that on one of the first trailer casts, and that's with Ryan Reynolds and Ben Kingsley. Basically, where Ben Kingsley is dying of an illness, and he takes Ryan Reynolds' like newly deceased or newly freshly dead but healthy body and puts his consciousness into it, but Ryan Reynolds' consciousness is still in there, and so it's kind of I don't know. It looks
Is this
interesting.
supposed to be funny, or is this supposed
No. See, I thought it maybe was supposed to be funny, but it's like kind of a thriller.
to be interesting?
Like a sci-fi thriller, because you try to, I don't know, Ben Kingsley starts to get all these flashbacks of Ryan Reynolds and his life, and yeah.
Interesting. Sounds
then-
like they're trying to do like a mix that. What was that?
yeah, it's kind of been done. I feel like that.
Yeah, it sounds like
It's kind of like The Island,
Hmm.
where they take people's bodies and can clones.
Fracture. The movie Fracture with Ryan Gosling and Anthony Hopkins. It sounds similar, not in that exact way,
Yeah.
but it's like where they're taking a established, very good, well-known actor and a younger actor.
Mhm.
I mean, I think I like Ryan Reynolds more than Gosling, but
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I might check it out.
Interesting.
Maybe not in theaters, but definitely once it comes out. I don't know if
When
you,
does? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Steven, you're a big Bill Hader fan. He's got a movie called Trainwreck coming out July 17th alongside Ant-Man.
Oh, okay.
So Ant-Man comes out on the 17th.
I hope it's nothing like Skeleton Twins, because we were. I mean, two of the funniest people I think ever are Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader. I think they're
Right.
great. Like two of the
Yeah.
funniest people that have come from SNL. And Tommy shaved. Wow.
Oh, for
sorry, that
everyone
caught me
listening,
off guard.
Tommy's camera just went out, and now
So,
he's
so
clean
two of
shaven.
the funniest people, in my opinion, from SNL are those two, and they did a movie together. It's called The Skeleton Twins, and I was expecting a funny movie.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it was the worst movie I've ever seen. It was terrible. I mean, really bad.
Well, we've already talked
We
about
didn't
that.
even finish it. It was that bad. So I hope this
Oh.
is much better. I hope it's not one of those. I hope it's a funny movie. Because when he's funny, he's great.
Yeah, what do you guys, since T's gone and he doesn't watch Marvel, what are you guys expecting out of Ant-Man?
Oh, I think what they decided to run as their tagline gives me a lot of hope for this movie, because their tagline was from the studio that brought you Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't from the studio that brought Iron Man 3 or the Avengers Age of Ultron. It wasn't anything like that. It was Guardians of the Galaxy. And Guardians of the Galaxy was so obscure to most people that they were like, what are we going to go see? And then they ended up seeing it over and over and over, and it was huge success. So them putting that, hey, we're the people that made Guardians. Just remember that. I think that it's going to be like, this movie's going to be funny. It's going to be a lot of cool action, some cool effects. I think it's going to be one of the best ones, to happen. Every movie they release, I think they up their game, and it gets better and better. And Age of Ultron, that set a standard. I think that's such a great movie, but I think Ant-Man's going to be, I hope, as good or better than Age of Ultron.
What do
I
you
don't
think,
know.
John?
yeah, I mean, I can't. I mean, you can go in expecting something less than a lot of movies nowadays, because you see it's Ant-Man and you're like, okay, whatever, never heard of him before, or never really knew much about him, just like Guardians. And then just with I think Daredevil is a great recent example of how they take a character not many
Yep.
people really cared about. We're kind of sour in their mouth in the movie with Ben Affleck a little bit too, and you go in and you're like, wow, this is really well done. Marvel does movies really well.
Yes,
I
agree.
and they just do things in general really well. So I'm expecting it to be really good. The first trailer, the first teaser, I was like, okay, whatever. And then the recent trailer, and that was the last one we saw, was really good. I was on
Yes.
board. You
See,
saw like the dry humor from Paul Rudd, and I'm not a big Paul Rudd person, but I think he could sell this really well.
I totally 100% agree with you. Finally, I find someone that agrees with me. I I have not seen, maybe other than Role Models. I enjoyed that movie like this much. Um, I have never seen a Paul Rudd movie that I enjoyed him as an actor. Never.
Oh, that's harsh.
I didn't like him when he's done his SNL stuff. Nothing. I have not liked him. But he's a funny guy. I know he's funny, and it should
Yeah.
be my kind of humor. I like people that have the dry humor like he has. But I did not. When they said Paul Rudd's going to be in a Marvel movie, I was like, well, this is the only Marvel movie I'll never go see. And I kind of wrote it off. I wasn't going to give it even a chance. And like you said, the first trailer comes out, like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But then that second trailer hits. Holy cow. When the train set crashes, it's not a real train, it's a Thomas the Train set, and it crashes into Yellow Jacket. Like, that is the best scene you could put
Right.
anything ever. Like, especially a Marvel superhero movie. Like, we've had trains. Train fights are so kind of cliche to begin with.
Right.
And it looks like you're on a real train and it's a Thomas the Train set. Like, that's awesome. That gave me so much hope.
Yeah.
And after seeing that, I was like, okay, this may be the movie that makes me realize I do like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I feel like if they do a Avengers level of action and effects, but have kind of a Guardians or almost, just a mix of humor and kind of try and be lighter and more comedic, I think it works really well. Like, Daredevil was great. Like, it was super dark and gritty. But I think what made Guardians so great and why people loved it is just because it was so damn funny.
Yeah, and I don't want people to overlook either Corey Stoll. He's an excellent actor. You saw
Is
the
he
first
Yellow Jacket?
Yeah, if you saw the first season of House of Cards.
Yeah, that's where I recognize him
Fantastic.
from.
He's so good.
He's
on
so
screen.
unlikable in that show,
Right.
but yeah, he's a
He is.
good
He is
actor
Makes
unlikable.
for a
because of
really good cast bad guy.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that. And
Exactly.
I like pretty much who they've cast as each of the characters. I like who they have cast as Hank Pym. I just realized that the girl in the trailer is freaking, what's her name from Lost?
Evangeline Lilly? Or?
What's her name? No. It's one of the main girls. Kate. It's Kate. Kate from Lost.
Yeah.
She, it's like,
It's Evangeline Lily.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
I don't know real people's names. I know Lost names. So if you say Hurley,
Yeah,
I
Hurley plays the woman.
the woman.
The
Hurley
woman
plays
in
the woman.
Ant-Man.
I go, okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, I think we are going to have enough stuff for the comic book fans that they will feel like this movie's done it justice, and it'll have enough stuff for people that have never heard of Ant-Man
Yeah.
that they'll go, holy cow, this is a great freaking movie. Whenever, even in the trailer when he goes, I'm Ant-Man, it's like, I didn't pick the name.
Yeah.
That's a great line. You're making fun of it. That's perfect. That's what needs to happen.
Here's an interesting bit is that Haley Atwell's going to be an Ant-Man as Peggy Carter.
Nice.
Nice.
I love Haley Atwell.
Yeah, so that's looking promising.
But how? Like in a flashback? Or
It's got to be a flashback, like kind of a Hank Pym,
Yeah.
maybe
Young
like
Hank
back
Pym?
young Hank Pym flashback where
Yeah.
Did she die at the end of Winter Soldier?
No.
So she may be just really old.
Damn. More wrinkles on that face?
Yeah, I mean they could be.
Wow.
Who knows?
Alright.
So another notable is Mr. Holmes with Gandalf / Magneto in it. Ian McKellen and
Swagneto.
Laura Linney. It's a kind of a aged Sherlock Holmes looking back on his life and kind of
Interesting.
struggling with his unsolved cases. and one
That'd
in
be cool.
particular. Yeah, so yeah, I might be interested in that. I'm always down for some Holmes.
Me too. I loved the Robert Downey Jr. Holmes. I thought that was a really cool take. It was so fun.
John's laughing probably because of what I'm thinking as well.
I,
I don't like those movies.
well, for me it was fun. I enjoyed it. But
I like
I know that other people don't.
I like the Cumberbatch Holmes. I think the
Yeah.
best.
See, my brother likes him better too. And everyone says that, I hope that we have a Doctor Strange moment, a movie moment where Tony and Strange are in the same room and
Yeah,
someone says, "No dip, Sherlock," and they both turn and look. Everyone
that
wants
would be
that.
good.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
I haven't thought about
Or
that.
something like that, So I think that would be cool. Hey, on your list, you see the Pixar movie Inside Out or something?
Yeah, that's in June.
Okay, that movie. Have you guys seen the trailer for that?
I probably have
It's
seen
a
it.
Pixar movie,
I
and
haven't-
you guys
yeah.
may not care. It's kind of along the lines of like Despicable the Minions movie.
Yeah,
It's they talk about the voices inside your head, and so you have each different emotion. Bill Hader's in that movie also. He's the voice of fear. It looks like it's going to be a really funny movie. It's got, like most stuff, it has some hidden adult humor and just some things that it's going to play really well, I think. I'm excited to see that. That's one we'll go see.
all right.
Tommy's back. He grew out some facial hair while he was gone.
Termy Erksford.
Yeah, I'm back for now.
One movie I'm really excited for, if I can mention, is Southpaw. It's coming out late July. It has Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Yeah, he looks like
What's it called?
he's beefed up, huh?
I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Southpaw.
Oh, okay.
It's with someone's
Oh,
typing.
sorry.
Yeah, it's got Forrest Whitaker,
Hands
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. And check.
God, we got all the typers on this thing.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Anton, I'm not saying his last name. The director, I can't pronounce it. But
Fuqua.
he's there you go. Thank you.
Wait.
We'll say Antoine Fuqua.
Fuqua.
Antoine
He did
Fuqua.
Training Day. Olympus Has Fallen.
50 Cent. Speaking of 50 Cent is in that movie. No, I'm not joking. 50 Cent is actually in that movie.
I know.
Like I know T's like, oh god, here comes the 50 Shades joke. No, I mean it's 50 Cent.
Coming, hey, just so you know, a little piece of news. 50 Shades coming out on Redbox soon.
God.
Just for you, dude.
50 Shades Oxford.
Termy. 50 Shades of Termy.
He's shaking his head. Yeah, I actually I haven't seen a trailer for Southpaw, but I'd be
Watch
down.
it.
Yeah.
It's really good. Jake Gyllenhaal he's one of my favorite actors. I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah, no, I mean he's good. I like him and most stuff he's been.
I actually saw the trailer for that. I want to say yesterday, day before, and it does I was a little apprehensive about it because I just thought it was yet another boxing movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really want another one of those because they're all the fucking same. One dude's it's kind of I thought it was going to be in the same vein of Rocky,
Yeah.
But basically from the trailer, this dude, he's on top in the boxing world, and then he loses custody of his daughter over something, and his life basically goes downhill.
Sounds kind of like The Wrestler, but in boxing. You know that Mickey Rourke movie, The Wrestler?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it.
It's
that's kind of what it's like.
A good mix of the sport and then a good mix of dramatic, horrible shit going wrong in their life.
Horrible stuff. Just
just awful stuff. Is anyone here looking forward to Pixels?
No.
I will see it. Probably not in theaters unless someone else pays for it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pay to see that, but if my brother wants to see it and he's gonna pay for my ticket,
You're gonna do
I'll
old double feature. You're gonna go see Southpaw or something and just jump in the Pixels, huh?
I am. I haven't seen Spy, but I want to see Spy.
Yeah,
Spy looks amazing.
I just
love
found
Melissa
out.
McCarthy.
I just found out that Spy is in the tiny theater in my tiny town, so I might actually go see it this weekend if I have
It
time.
looks great. Jason Statham. It looks great. My fiance loves her and really, really wants to see that.
How did that do on reviews?
I don't know. I'm not sure. People that everyone I know wants to see it. I don't know if they have seen it yet. It's out, right?
Yeah.
It's been out. Yeah, I don't know, but it looks incredible. Insidious Chapter 3. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I've seen 1 and 2. I will see number 3, just because, like I said,
Number 3 is honestly. I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant because I've said this. I've said this to Everett, Wayne, and just about anybody that'll listen. We don't need this movie because why?
Two answered all the questions that were left from 1.
Exactly.
And I really like that, but then it had that very little ending.
Yeah.
And it looked like they were bringing back Lipstick Demon.
This is a prequel, though. That's what makes
That's what his name is. That's what his... It's a prequel.
Yes. Insidious 3 is a prequel to the first 2.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, it is a prequel to the first 2.
That makes more sense now. I thought...
And that is the complete... That makes no sense whatsoever. It's stupid as shit. We don't need it. We know what happens. He's a freaking demon. There's not much more you can get. It's a prepubescent Darth Maul with an earring.
Right.
All right. Well, let's get through the last month. Because we've talked about Insidious 3. How do you feel?
I just wanted to mention it. Sorry.
Oh no! I'm glad you did. Because it kind of segues into the next movie. We're gonna into August. We'll just go ahead and cover August, even though we're gonna be back on the show by then. It's Sinister 2. How do you feel about that, T?
I haven't even seen the first one, but from what I've seen, clips or on YouTube here and there of Sinister, and from the reviews I've seen online, it's definitely something I want to watch. So I'm excited in a sense, but I'm going to wait and, kind of reserve all judgment on how excited I truly am after I actually watch the first one.
Okay.
Did, I know I'm skipping around a little bit, but is anyone going to see Pan when it comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look... I think it looks cool.
The CGI are fantastic in that film.
I think Hugh Jackman looks just insane in this movie.
Yeah, me, Tommy, and Wayne watched that on the newest trailer cast, and we all agreed that looked good.
It's something I'm excited for.
So Steven,
darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Blackbeard instead of Hook.
Oh. Okay.
Well, it's like.
Well, James Hook is in the film, but he apparently is a good guy. It's like a prequel type.
Right.
Either that or a reimagining.
Hook into Hook and that kind of stuff is what I'm getting from it, but I don't know if that's accurate.
James Hook kind of looks like an Indiana Jones type character.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of the adventurer, I don't know. It looks good. Steven, I've already asked you this week, so I know your answer, but is anybody here going to support Fantastic Four?
My next question.
Yeah, I will.
You will? Okay.
Yeah.
See, me and John, again, same boat.
So we're 50-50 here.
Hey, I like that next. I think it falls in the line with Ant-Man again. That second trailer got me on board again.
See, I've never seen the second trailer.
See, and I
things for me.
I agree with what Steven kind of said in our Marvel Heroes stream, and for those that didn't see it, he basically said, that his fiance thought it looked like a really good sci-fi film.
Yes.
And I agree. The second trailer...
it was Fantastic Four until
and it's not.
The very last second when it says Fantastic Four on the screen.
It's not Fantastic Four, but it looks like... It's not Fantastic Four. It looks like a really good sci-fi film, and I agree the second trailer made it look like a good sci-fi film. I just wish that they weren't calling it Fantastic Four. I wish it was just kind of a... Yeah. Fantastic Four inspired sci-fi film. I would be like, okay, I'm down with that, but I'm not too interested.
It needs to be lighter. to be a Fantastic Four.
It doesn't need to be grounded. They're the least grounded Marvel team
it's like,
in Marvel.
we're scientists. Here's something fantastical that happens. Why don't you just kind of like give the origin like 2 seconds in the beginning and say, look at them, how cool they are, and just make it fun. Everything
I'm
seems
fine.
so dark.
I'm fine with the casting. I like Kate Mara. I like Michael B. Jordan. I like Jamie Bell and Miles Taylor. And Josh Trank has proven himself to be a good director.
Yeah.
But
we're going to talk more about him very briefly.
But I'm not supporting the movie just on the facts that I want Fantastic Four back in Marvel's hands.
Right, and I totally agree with you on that point.
Yeah, I'm not supporting it because it looks like a terrible movie, because it doesn't look like a terrible movie. It looks like a terrible Fantastic Four movie.
Right.
But I think overall the movie will be an okay sci-fi film, and I'm just not. It's just my base.
It's not going to be a home run. It's not going to be a blockbuster.
I want it. I want Marvel to have it back. I want Marvel to have Spider-Man. I want them to have the X-Men. I want them to have it all back. I do.
Yeah.
Because, we talked about that on the stream also. But it's one of those things. I don't feel like I cannot support it. I feel like part of me just needs to do that. I feel like it's gonna be good enough for what it is that I feel totally cool supporting it. So
yeah. Fox just needs to start cooperating, really. Like, I know it's a big Cold War, but, I mean, I think the whole Sony and Marvel deal is going to go over well.
Yeah.
And I think Sony's going to get a lot out of it. Marvel's going to get a lot out of it. Everyone's going to win. I think Fox and Marvel are kind of taking shots at each other and both getting hit. Mm-hmm. And like I told Steven, it's just a giant game of chicken. Who is going to lose out on enough money before they fold?
Yeah, right. And it's not going to be Marvel.
Yeah, it probably won't be Marvel. So
now that you have Disney and Marvel and Star Wars all under one thing, how can they lose out on money?
Exactly.
See, and what's going to suck, just from the perspective of wanting Marvel to get these films back, not Fantastic Four, but just Fox's Marvel rights overall, is I think Deadpool's going to be fantastic. Like, I'm gonna support Deadpool, even though I want X-Men back. But I think Deadpool is gonna knock it out of the park.
That's one of the best things.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just pure hype.
Reynolds has put enough in it himself.
Yeah.
That he's. I think it's gonna be great.
I think they're just going full ham on Deadpool. I think it's gonna work, and then they'll never give up their X-Men rights, just because they'll probably make 3 or 4 more Deadpool films that are progressively way worse each one. But yeah, let's move on from Marvel.
Yeah, we're running short on time. It looks like we got about 7 minutes left on the stream. We've got some news.
Well, I just wanted to quickly. I'm just gonna name a few more films before we go on the news. Kristen Wiig, Owen Wilson, Zach Galifianakis, and Jason Sudeikis movie Masterminds. Sounds amazing. Sounds like a heist film.
Sounds like that. It's like a cross between Horrible Bosses and Tower Heist, but better.
Yep. You got a Meryl Streep rock movie called Ricky and the Flash. You got Straight Outta Compton, which is the NWA kind of reimagining, or not reimagining, but kind of like it's a cinema documentary or cinematic documentary. American Culture, if you really want to see Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart on screen together being stoners, I mean, holy crap.
Ultra, isn't it?
Yeah, American Ultra. Yeah, who knows?
I watched the trailer for that. The Red Band trailer.
Yeah.
I thought it looked interesting.
Okay.
It's neat. He's like a sleeper agent, but he's also
super stoner.
He's a stoner, and so he's high, and someone comes to activate him, and like it activates him, but he's so high that it doesn't change his personality.
Okay.
Like it zooms in on his eye dilates, and like you see flashback real quick, and then he's like, "What is that supposed to mean?" She's like, "Oh crap." You know, and it looks neat, but it's like Pineapple Express meets a sleeper agent movie.
Bourne, yeah.
Yeah. Bourne.
Speaking of agents, you got Hitman Agent 47. It's coming out in August, which looks pretty good. I want to see that. And that's pretty much it. Like, there's other movies coming out, an Emma Watson film with Ethan Hawke and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm not going to go see those. So those were the notable films. Let's move on to the news.
All right. Let's run through these real quick. Punisher Warzone director is working on Arrow Season 4. Everett, you said that sounds like it's going to be great.
I liked Punisher Warzone. So.
Not caught up on Arrow still.
God,
I have to do that. I make fun of Wayne, but I need to do that. Moving on. A rumor is that Ewan McGregor, I said the name right, is in talks for an Obi-Wan Kenobi film. I guess that would be like one of those
anthology movies.
Yeah, something like that.
I'd be down.
I like him as Obi-Wan.
I thought he was great.
Yeah, he was probably some of the best parts of the second trilogy, in my opinion. His character.
I wonder if it would be because I mean it couldn't be between 2 and 3. I guess it would have to be between 3 and 4 when he's on Tatooine, or do you think they'd bring back Qui-Gon and do
I don't
young?
know. They might, but I think that you could lead up to him being crazy old Ben.
Yeah.
I think you could do that, and that'd be pretty cool.
I'd like to see that.
I would support that fully.
Okay.
Let's see.
James Wan is confirmed to direct Aquaman. What else has he done? I have no clue who he is.
Fast and Furious 7, right?
Oh,
okay.
You would know.
Yeah, thanks, John.
I don't know.
I'm good with names.
Next time.
Showtime has a standalone service coming to Apple in July. Is that kind of like a Netflix type thing only for Apple, or HBO
Yeah, that's
Go?
what I was reading through it a little bit. Yeah, it sounds like a streaming service. It'll be like $10.99 per month. And they'll have shows like Penny Dreadful and what are the other shows on there? But yeah, it's I thought it was pretty cool.
See, what I'm worried about if all these like HBO and Showtime start doing their own standalone services, that they'll take their shows off Netflix or won't put them on Netflix, and that would be sad, because right now Dexter and some of the other really good Showtime shows
they would probably do that.
Yeah, and I'd hate that, but whatever. If you like Showtime, I guess they're just trying to capitalize on the money that they're still losing out on.
Streaming is in right now, so
Yeah, they're trying to gain attention too, because I think they're last behind like Stars and stuff like that. But Stars is doing a good job too with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Showtime is a little behind.
We didn't even mention TV shows that are coming out this summer. I feel like just real quick, you got like CW's Beauty and the Beast is coming back. You got True Detective with Vince Vaughn is coming out this summer. Falling Skies is coming back. Like Scream. And we wanted to talk about the Scream MTV show. T, what do you think about that new mask, bro?
They're stupid as hell.
Yeah, we all kind of clicked on that link and looked at that.
Oh man, it looks so dumb. Like, why change the Scream mask?
It's like Human Centipede. Like, that's...
It looks like Mike Myers mixed with Jason mixed with Ghostface. Like, it's dumb.
Yeah, it's not even an original mask. Like, it's just a combination of a bunch of other ones, and it just looks retarded. And honestly, like, I'm not excited for it, and I'm a horror fan, but I don't trust MTV to deliver on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
The X-Tent's coming out. You have Wet Hot American Summer's coming out on Netflix. BoJack Horseman. Welcome to Sweden is airing for you guys July 19th, which I highly recommend. We just watched the finale this week, and it was fantastic. Sharknado 3, oh hell no, is a made-for-TV movie on Sci-Fi.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Oh Hell No! Exclamation mark. Sharknado 3. Oh Hell No!
I love it.
And
I've never
as of
seen them, but that's great.
and you'd be interested in this, Steven. It's an as of yet Bruce slash what's her name Jenner reality series. Is it Charity Chastity?
Caitlyn, who knows?
Caitlyn Jenner. It says as of yet untitled Bruce Jenner reality series, but I assume they mean Caitlyn Jenner.
Right, probably.
Is getting like a Meet the Kardashians type show, and then Fear the Walking Dead is coming out some point this year. But yeah, that's
interested in that.
Yeah, there's some news on that. Like they released maybe a teaser and kind of the character synopsis and stuff this week. So if you're interested in Fear the Walking Dead, I need to finish this new season of Walking Dead. But
yeah, we'll talk about that off the air because I don't know if I should go back to the show or not because I left it like the end of season 4.
I think I did too.
I was like, what is this? You just see like Michonne walking around. I'm like, this is 17 million viewers.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
The Walking Dead has become walking humans.
The walking humans. That's what we're gonna call it from now on.
All right, let's move back on to the news and finish up right here. No
Let's
problem.
blow through this.
I agree with you.
Go, Steven, go.
Let's see. The Stan movie to get TV companion. Who knows
Never heard
about
of either
that?
of those.
I put that there. I'm just interested in the movie series that they're coming out with, so it was pretty interesting that they're gonna do a TV show too.
Yeah, that's cool. Jason, I guess that's supposed to be Statham. Rumored to be playing the Daredevil season 2 villain. Holy cow!
I hear it's not true.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Well, not that it's not true, but it's just came out that the reports. Sorry, I'm blanking, but it came out that reports are coming out that Jason Statham's talks with Marvels have broken down. So they may have wanted him as Bullseye, is what everyone was guessing. But
yeah, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Which Bullseye would be a great season 2 villain. I mean, he's Daredevil's like second villain,
so
top villain.
Would be cool. I would like that. I like Jason Statham and a lot of the stuff he does.
Right.
Let's see. Next one, Hulk on TV.
This came. They were saying it wasn't just Hulk. It was going to be like they were saying Doctor Strange, Hulk, maybe Falcon, and maybe one other character from the cinematic universe could appear.
Marvel, Captain Marvel, whatever.
Captain Marvel, maybe. They were saying they could appear in either Daredevil or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Defenders, like, shows. Like, they could just make cameos in those, which I think, they've got the money. I'm sure, they could afford to put Mark Ruffalo in an episode for, like, 10 minutes. So, that's what that's about. So, it's just kind of reports that they could be coming on.
Well, I know that whenever they did their big press tour and everything for Age of Ultron, that they all said that they would love to appear on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at some point. Like,
I think,
So they'd love to do it. I don't know if it's possible. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Not sure. I think if anyone's going to do it, the MCU is going to pull it off.
Right.
So next thing, Joe McHale to guest star in X-Files reboot. Like Joe McHale, never seen much of the X-Files. Don't know how that'd work. Be interesting.
Yeah, who knows? Prison Break might be coming back. Fox is wanting to.
I haven't finished Prison Break, but love Prison Break so far. So
yeah, I'm not going to spoil. I'm not sure how they're going to bring it back with the original actors. With the.
I know that they're both Captain Cold and Heatwave in
right.
in CW Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. So it'd be interesting to see what's up with that. I like them better, I think, as these villains.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't want them to leave Legends of Tomorrow to do Prison Break, but I think where the Prison Break show it ended with a movie, and I feel like they'd have to retcon that movie just to get like the show.
I didn't realize it ended with a movie, so that's something to look forward to.
They could bring it back as a like in between the movie and the show. I guess I have no clue. I have no clue how they're going to do that, but I'd be down for like a new new Prison Break with new characters.
I would like to see him as like a mentor for someone else. Like someone else approaches him and has him teach how to do it, to be like the next DB Cooper, kind of thing.
Okay.
So that'd be interesting. TCA noms.
I have no clue what that is.
Nom nom nom. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the television awards, critics. So it's like Better Call Saul is up for it.
Okay.
The Flash. Those are some notable ones that I heard.
Okay.
Cool.
Next thing, Sister Act remake. Is Whoopi gonna be in it?
She better be. I'm not watching a Sister Act movie without Whoopi. You kidding me?
Sheesh. She still got it.
It's a remake, so I have no clue. I mean, I guess they could put
either.
Who knows? I don't want to watch anything without Whoopi in it.
So I think that's all of our news. That's it for our main topic.
There's probably a lot more in here, but who knows? We'll cover that when we get back.
We'll do real quick, just a quick what to look forward to, where to find us.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys go.
To our final thoughts. So let's start with you, John.
Oh wow! Again, off guard.
Throwing you under the bus.
Yeah. Okay. So at Wordy Nerdy on Twitter. I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel if I have to spell it.
Don't think I follow you.
I've got it on the end screen. So
thank God.
You don't need to spell it.
Whatchamacallit? Yeah.
Check out his interview he just did.
Yep, Scott Snyder. The
just ignore me. I'm like sleep drunk right now, so I don't know what I'm saying. So the Scott Snyder thing, which was pretty neat. I covered Penny Dreadful, and hopefully Hannibal.
Yeah, John. We've got a lot of our writers that are obsessed with Hannibal, and they're all wanting to write. So you might see some stuff from John as well on that. But yeah, check out his weekly Penny Dreadful.
I love writing about that show. I love writing about it.
Yeah, they're really good. All right, T.
Termy.
You can find me on. You can find me on Twitter @itSimplyT, and that's pretty much it. I do have stuff planned for Geeks with Wives here in the coming weeks and months. I'm finally getting back in the swing of it after real life kind of came by and ran me over like a bus.
Just give us one last. My computer's almost finished.
By the time our podcast is back.
Yes, I will say that. By the time the podcast comes back, I will actually be able to be on this podcast and not have computer issues.
T is going to be crystal clear. You're going to be able to see up his nose. God.
Yeah, I'm coming back to this podcast with a better computer and just
lots of facial hair.
No, actually, I have a feeling. Actually, after this podcast, it's going away.
Oh man, I'm liking the Teen Wolf look.
Teen Wolf.
And that's why it's going away.
All right, Sturvin, where can we find you?
You can find me just nowhere. I'm never doing anything because I'm terrible.
Trying to make your local KFC.
Well, at least you admitted it finally. We've been trying to get you
I know it.
For a while now. So.
It's terrible. I don't do anything with the site, really. I just fake it. They haven't kicked me out yet, so hey, fake it till you make it, and I did.
About that, Steven. About that.
Yeah. Find me on Twitter, Invictus Cosplay. I don't have anything huge planned.
Great. Thanks, Steven. You're
Nothing
fantastic.
planned. Except for we will do, I'm hoping to do, while Everett's gone, we're just going to have to do the Flashcast.
Yep. I'm going to bring that up.
We're going to do that when Everett's away on his honeymoon. And I think that by the time we're ready for that, I'll have a good computer and setup too. Me and Tommy will both have that all working out, and we'll be able to host the special cast, so that'll be cool. But that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah, you can find me at Everett Gets It on Twitter. You can follow all of us at Geeks on Screen, and you can follow the whole Geeks with Wives family at Geeks with Wives. You can also find Geeks on Screen on Facebook. You can find Geeks with Wives on Tumblr. You can find Geeks with Wives on Facebook, check out our site at geekswithwives.com, where we've got tons for video games, comics, cosplay, tech, TV, movies, pretty much everything.
Check out the new podcast, Geeks with Wives and Bits.
Yeah, and as Steven was mentioning, and kind of as we alluded to earlier in the show, we're going to be off for the rest of June and the first 2 weeks of July. Maybe. We might be back on July 14th or whenever that
Ant-Man.
Friday is.
Yeah.
Do an Ant-Man cast, a spoiler cast, the next day.
We'll probably be back on the 17th of July, so be sure to check us out. So it's just a little over a month. So while we're gone, there's probably going to be a flash cast, spoiler cast. We might do a Arrow Season 3 cast as well, because we've got a few interests in that.
Who knows?
I know some people are interested in doing a Jurassic World movie cast. That'll be, one of the shorter casts, kind of like John and Agascles did with Road Fury. So, there's going to be plenty movie stuff still coming up.
Road
Fury. I'm
You still
sticking
are
with
doing
it. It doesn't matter. That movie should have been called Road Fury.
Road Rage.
Fury
Mad
Road
Max Road Rage.
Fury Road's just no. Road Fury. I'm glad you got that, John. You're not that drunk. But the Capes podcast always likes to cover some of the more comic related or Star Wars related movie news, and they talk about that kind of stuff. And they'll probably talk about Jurassic World and stuff if they watch it. So
while we're gone, you can always tune in to their podcast, and you can pick up on some of the entertainment stuff that you're missing from us, from them.
yeah, and be sure we've also got video game podcast Pressing a Key, which is fantastic, and then Gascles just started the tech podcast. So if you're really smart and smarter than I am, and you like hearing about new gadgets, I know Gascles is going to be talking about his new NVIDIA Shield that he just
thing
got.
was awesome.
Yeah, and he's been tweeting about that, or not tweeting. He doesn't have Twitter. You're not missing out. Yeah, he's got a secret Twitter where he's tweeting out. But yeah, he's been posting pictures of that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll be back July 17th. We're gonna have a new format for the show, and hopefully keep it a little bit shorter. So
make it fun, make it look better, polish it up.
Yeah, we're gonna polish it up. Expect new things. So yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube, comment on iTunes, and subscribe on iTunes or whatever. The more comments we get there, the better chance we have of getting on the homepage. And comment on our articles on Geeks with Wives, because we want to hear from you. So yeah, thanks.
And if you're YouTube famous, feel free to tell everybody to watch us.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Or if you want to write for us, if you watch a show that we don't talk about on this show, feel free to send us an email. I think it's geekswithwives@gmail.com, and just say, yo, I love this show. I want to write. I'm not going to put yo in any of my reviews. But yeah, thanks to my co-hosts, Steve, John, and Tommy. I'm Aaron. We will see you after this, not after the summer, in the middle of summer. Peace out, yo.